The smartest creatures, as far as we know, on this earth are humans, is our defining characteristic. Weaker than, say, chimpanzees, and less agile, but real smarter. It's called the singularity. It's a singularity like a black hole, because you don't know what happens after that. It's hard to predict. I think we should be cautious with AI, and I think there should be some government oversight.
I think it's a big, and you, by the way, do not need general AI. So right now, the things that we know how to do, you should think of those things as
because it affects it's a danger to the public, and so when you have things that are a danger to the public.
To build incredibly scary autonomous weapons, you do not need general AI. The techniques that we already know and understand.
Like let's say, so food and drugs. That's why we have the Food and Drug Administration and the Federal Aviation Administration.
You mentioned a few things there. Each of those is worth visiting because they're different. I think autonomous weapons are extremely scary.
I think AI is one of the biggest threats. For the first time, we're facing something far smarter than the smartest human. That was Elon Musk, a man who helped build the future, now warning that it could destroy us. And this time, his concern centers on one company, Nvidia, whose AI chips are so powerful that both Musk and Jeff Bezos believe they could change humanity forever, for better or worse. In the race to build the most advanced artificial intelligence, Nvidia stands as the heartbeat of the entire AI revolution. From powering ChatGPT to running Tesla's self-driving systems, Nvidia's chips are the silent force behind almost every major AI project today. But as their technology becomes more powerful, even surpassing human-level thinking, two of the world's richest men are sounding the alarm. Because what happens when machines stop needing us to evolve? Elon Musk has been warning about AI for more than a decade. He co-founded OpenAI to make sure artificial intelligence would remain safe for humanity. But what started as a non-profit project to benefit all has turned into a multi-billion-dollar corporate arms race. In a recent interview shared by Sky News, Musk admitted that AI development has now entered a stage beyond human control. He said, "It's not clear we can actually control such a thing, but we can aspire to guide it in a direction beneficial to humanity." That statement wasn't just philosophical. It was a direct response to the exponential power being unlocked by Nvidia's new AI chips. According to Benzinga, Nvidia's latest Blackwell B200 GPUs are capable of handling 30 times more performance than the previous generation. These chips are so advanced that they allow AI models to think, analyze, and generate in real time, pushing the boundaries of what machines can do. But Musk and Bezos fear that those boundaries may no longer exist. Musk's own companies rely heavily on Nvidia's chips. Tesla uses thousands of them for its Dojo supercomputer, training its self-driving AI. His new company, xAI, which recently launched the chatbot Grok, also depends on Nvidia's hardware. In a post on X, Musk revealed that Tesla is buying tens of thousands of Nvidia GPUs to expand its AI infrastructure. He described them as the oxygen of modern AI. But as he invests in the same power he fears, the paradox grows deeper, because Musk knows that whoever controls Nvidia's chips controls the future of intelligence. On the other side, Jeff Bezos sees the same danger, but from a different angle. Through Amazon Web Services, Bezos helped make Nvidia chips available to corporations and governments around the world. AWS offers H100 GPUs for rent through its cloud platform, allowing anyone with enough money to access near-superhuman computing power. Bezos once said that AI could be our greatest tool, or our greatest test. According to reports from Business Insider, Amazon has quietly been racing to develop its own AI chips, partly to reduce dependence on Nvidia and partly to maintain control over how far this technology spreads. Because when machines start writing code, creating synthetic humans, or making decisions at speeds beyond comprehension, control becomes the ultimate currency. Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang often describes his mission as building the computers of the future. At his 2024 keynote, he introduced AI factories, data centers where machines continuously train, learn, and evolve without human intervention. He said, "Every company will be an intelligence company." But what happens when every company can create its own artificial mind? Elon Musk believes that moment is coming faster than anyone expects.
The FCC, we have these agencies to oversee things that affect the public.
Are perfectly adequate. And these weapons, some of the ideas that people have for these weapons are in fact very scary.
Where there could be public harm. And you don't want companies cutting corners on safety.
And so I don't know what the solution to that, but smart people need to be thinking about that, doing a lot of R&D. Is there a kind of treaty like the Geneva Convention?
And then having people suffer as a result. So that's why I've actually for a long time been a strong advocate of AI.
Or something that would help regulate these weapons, because they're actually, they have a lot of issues. So that one I think is genuinely...
regulation. So that I think regulation is, it's not fun to be regulated. It's sort of...
Scary. The idea that there's going to be a general AI overlord that subjugates us or kills us all. Somewhat
arduous to be regulated. I have a lot of experience with regulated industries because obviously automotive.
I think is not something to worry about. I think that is overhyped. First of all, we don't know, we're nowhere close to knowing how to build a general AI.
Highly regulated. You could fill this room with all the regulations that are required for a production car just in the United States, and then there's a whole different set of regulations.
Something that could set its own objectives. We have no idea. We don't even, it's not even a valid research area. We're so...
The rest of the world. So, very familiar with being overseen by a lot of regulators. And the same thing is true with rockets.
We're so far back on that one. So I think that's a very long-term prospect that it could even happen. But second of all, I think it's unlikely.
You can't just willy-nilly, shoot rockets off, not big ones anyway. The FAA oversees that. And then even to get a launch license.
Such a thing's first instincts would be to exterminate us. That would seem surprising to me.
Maybe unemploy us.
Much more like...
There are probably half a dozen or more federal agencies that need to approve it, plus state agencies.
Help us, because we're perfectly capable of hurting ourselves. Maybe we could use some help.
So I've been through so many regulatory situations, it's insane. People think I'm some sort of regulatory maverick.
I'm optimistic about that one, and certainly don't think we need to worry about it today. And then the jobless, is AI going to put everybody out of work?
Sort of defies regulators on a regular basis, but this is actually not the case. Once in a blue moon, rarely I will disagree with regulators.
I am not worried about this. I find that people, all of us, I include myself, we are so unimaginative.
But the vast majority of the time, my companies agree with the regulations and comply. Anyway, so I think take this seriously. And
about what future jobs are going to look like and what they're going to be. If I took you back in time 100 years.
And we should have a regulatory agency. I think it needs to start with a group that initially seeks insight.
When almost everyone was a farmer. And I told, we're at some big farming convention or something, and
into AI, then solicits opinion from industry, and then has proposed rulemaking.
Say, in the year 2018, there is going to be a job occupation called massage therapist.
And then those rules, will probably, hopefully grudgingly be accepted by major players in AI.
They would not have believed you. And in fact, I was telling this story to a friend, and they said, Jeff, forget massage therapist. There are dog psychiatrists.
A better chance of advanced AI being beneficial to humanity in that circumstance.
And I went
probably find one on Amazon.
I went and looked that up on the internet. Sure enough, you can easily hire a psychiatrist for your dog.
But all regulations start with a perceived danger, planes fall out of the sky, or food causes botulism.
Yes.
I don't think the average person playing with AI on his iPhone.
There is, we humans like to do things, and we like to be productive, and we will figure out things to do.
The danger, really, AI is more dangerous than, say, mismanaged aircraft design or production maintenance, bad car production.
And we will use these tools to make ourselves more powerful. And in fact, what I predict is that jobs will get more engaging.
Yes.
In the sense that it has the potential, however small one may regard that probability, but it is non-trivial. It has the potential.
Because you have to remember, a lot of the jobs today are quite routine. They are not necessarily career or calling.
Of civilizational destruction. There's movies like Terminator, but it wouldn't quite happen like Terminator because the intelligence would be in the data centers.
So I predict that because of artificial intelligence and its ability to automate certain tasks that in the past were impossible.
Right.
The robot's just the end effector. But I think perhaps what you may be alluding to here is that regulations are really only put into effect after something terrible has happened.
Not only will we have a much wealthier civilization, but that the quality of work will go up very significantly, and that a higher fraction of people will...
If that's the case for AI, and we only put in regulations after something terrible has happened, it may be too late to actually put the regulations in place. The AI may be in control at that point.
He calls AI the most disruptive force in history, one that could outthink, outcreate, and even out-strategize humanity. He's not alone. Experts at the Future of Life Institute, the same organization Musk supports, warned that uncontrolled AI development could pose existential risks similar to nuclear weapons. Their open letter in 2023 called for a pause on giant AI experiments. But few listened. Meanwhile, Nvidia's market cap exploded past $2 trillion, surpassing even tech giants like Amazon and Google. AI chip shortages became global headlines. Companies fought to secure limited supply. And the irony is clear. While the world debates the ethics of AI, everyone is rushing to get more of it. According to Reuters, Elon Musk once told world leaders that AI could end humanity if misaligned. He argued that we must develop AI in a way that aligns with human values, but even he admits we're losing control. In contrast, Bezos maintains a more pragmatic view, suggesting that AI won't end humanity, but it will end complacency. Yet both men agree that the combination of power, profit, and speed could lead to consequences no one is ready for. The danger isn't just the intelligence of AI, it's its independence. AI systems powered by NVIDIAs. Blackwell chips can now train themselves with minimal human input. As noted by TechRadar, these systems can autonomously learn patterns, create simulations, and test new ideas millions of times faster than humans. That's no longer human intelligence, it's something else entirely. And once AI reaches a level of recursive self-improvement, it could rewrite its own code and decide what it wants to become. This is why Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, two rivals in business, now stand united in warning the world. Both have built empires on innovation, yet both see the same storm on the horizon. Musk advocates for regulation, something he once resisted, while Bezos calls for responsible acceleration, meaning we should move forward, but carefully. Still, even as they warn us, their companies continue to fuel the race. Tesla, Amazon, and every major tech player are investing billions into the very systems that could surpass human control. In one interview, Musk compared AI's potential to a magic genie that grants infinite wishes, but may not care what happens after. He said, "We've opened Pandora's box. The only question left is how we handle what comes out." According to CNBC, Musk has already met with US and UK officials to discuss AI safety frameworks. Bezos, meanwhile, has funded AI research aimed at understanding alignment, ensuring that superintelligent systems act in humanity's favor. But experts argue that safety research may not keep pace with AI's exponential growth. As of 2025, Nvidia is preparing to release even more advanced systems designed to power next-generation autonomous robots and general-purpose AI models. If these systems achieve human-level cognition, or exceed it, the world could enter what scientists call the singularity, a point where AI evolves beyond human understanding. And that's the scenario Musk fears the most, a world run by intelligence we can't predict or control. For Bezos, the threat is more subtle but equally alarming: the centralization of power. He warns that a handful of corporations now control the computational backbone of civilization. If AI determines how economies run, how wars are fought, and how societies are managed, whoever owns the chips owns the world. According to The Verge, Nvidia now dominates over 80% of the AI chip market. That means nearly every breakthrough in artificial intelligence, from language models to autonomous systems, depends on one company's hardware. It's unprecedented technological leverage, and both Musk and Bezos know that such power rarely ends without consequence. As the race continues, one question remains unanswered. Can we still guide AI to serve us? Or have we already crossed the point where it begins to serve itself?
The things like say, ChatGPT, which is based on GPT-4 from OpenAI, which is a company that I played a critical role in.
Better than PhD, but like most PhDs would fail. So it's better that said, I mean, at least with respect to academic questions.
The reason OpenAI exists at all is that Larry Page and I used to be close friends, and I would stay at his house in Palo Alto.
I want to just emphasize this point. With respect to academic questions, Grok 4 is better than PhD level in every subject. No.
Talked to him late into the night about AI safety. And at least my perception was that Larry was not taking AI safety.
No exceptions. This doesn't mean that it's, times it may lack common sense, and it has not yet invented new technologies.
Seriously enough.
What did he say about it?
He really seemed to be little super intelligence, basically digital God.
Or discovered new physics, but that is just a matter of time. It may discover new technologies
as soon as possible.
He wanted that?
Yes. He's made many public statements over the years that the whole goal of Google is
as soon as later this year, and I would be shocked if it is not done so next year. So I would expect Grok to
what's called AGI, artificial general intelligence, or artificial superintelligence. And I agree with him that there's great potential for good.
Yeah, literally discover new technologies that are actually useful no later than next year, and maybe end of this year. It might discover new physics.
But there's also potential for bad. And so if you've got some radical new technology, you want to try to take the set of actions that
next year. And within 2 years, I'd say almost certainly. So just let that sink in.
Okay, so I guess we can talk about what's behind.
Maximize the probability it will do good, and minimize the probability it will do bad things.
Yes.
It can't just be helpful others, just go, barreling.
If you compare it to, say, the tools that are used at Tesla or SpaceX, where you're using finite element analysis and computational fluid dynamics.
Forward and, hope for the best. And then at one point, I said, well, what about, we're going to make sure humanity's okay here.
And you're able to run, or say like Tesla does, like crash simulations, where the simulations are so close to reality that if the...
and then he called me a speciesist.
Did he use that term?
Yes. And there were witnesses.
The test doesn't match the simulation. You assume that the test article is wrong. That's how good the simulations are. So Grok is not currently using any of the tools.
When he called me a speciesist. And so I was like, okay, that's it. Yes, I'm a speciesist. Okay, you got me.
That a company would use. But that is something that we will provide it with later this year. So we'll have the tools that a company has.
Last straw. At the time, Google had acquired DeepMind, and so Google and DeepMind together had about 3/4 of all the AI talent in the world.
And have very accurate physics simulator. Ultimately, the thing that'll make the biggest difference is being able to interact with the real world via humanoid robots.
They obviously had a tremendous amount of money and more computers than anyone else. So I'm like, okay, we have a unipolar world here where there's just one.
So you combine Grok with Optimus, and it can actually interact with the real world and figure out if it can formulate.
One company that it has close to a monopoly on AI talent and computers.
An hypothesis and then confirm if that hypothesis is true or not. So we're really, think about like where we are today. We're at
like scaled computing, and the person who's in charge doesn't seem to care about safety. This is not good.
the beginning of an immense intelligence explosion. We're in the intelligence Big Bang right now.
So then I thought, what's the furthest thing from Google would be like a nonprofit that is fully open, because Google was closed.
And the most interesting time to be alive of any time in history. Now, that said, we need to make sure that the AI is a good AI.
Elon Musk says AI could end humanity. Jeff Bezos says it could reshape it. Either way, the future isn't waiting for us to decide. Because with every Nvidia chip produced, intelligence grows, and humanity's dominance fades just a little more. If you found this video insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because what's coming next might change everything we know about the human mind.